I do have a few disclaimers before we get started. I see you skipping ahead, but I delete comments that are clearly ignoring all of the disclaimers, so I recommend you listen to it. First of all, this video is satire, meaning it is only meant for comedy, so please do not take it seriously. I exaggerate a few things, make weird connections, and all of that's just for comedic effect. I promise you I have read the books, and I can make fun of it, even though I love the series. And speaking of reading the books, for our second disclaimer, this video contains spoilers for the Wings of Fire series all the way up to, book 5, I think. So if you haven't read those books or haven't read any at all, don't watch the video. Finally, I just want to note that this particular kind of comedy isn't going to be for everyone, and I get that. But please remember that just because you don't think something's funny, it doesn't actually mean that the whole thing is inherently bad. Just enjoy it or don't. Either way, I really don't care. And with that, we can start the video. Hello men's, femmes, thems, and toasters, it is Ultimate here. You know, I don't think I'm the only one who is irritated at the fact that Book 4, The Dark Secret, was a book where Starflight mopes around and does basically nothing except give us plot devices that help the story along. But luckily for us readers, in that book we got introduced to the Rays of Sunshine, the alternate Dragonets of Destiny. The group was created when the dragons that were keeping the Dragonets of Destiny captive realized that maybe children don't like being locked in a cave for the first 6 years of their life. Might be a good idea to find replacements in case they do the logical thing and want to leave their prison. The first of these Rays of Sunshine is of course Flame the Skywing, who proves once again that the stereotype of skywings always being grumpy is actually true. His motto is probably something like, "Murder is the best policy, and while it's unclear what you did to make him mad, you will probably die for it. It's best to sleep with one eye open." If you're having trouble feeling sympathy for him, it's okay. We're told later in the series that he has a mother. Don't you feel bad for all the times he insulted people now? No, me neither. But don't worry, because you will be forced to feel sorry for this little guy when he tragically gets half-blinded by a very angry sandstorm. The sandstorm, of course, being Viper the Sandwing, where Tui was basically like, what if Flame? But a sandwing instead. Genius! And thus this constantly irritated equivalent of a Monday was born. While Flame at least gets himself a pity party, a plot line, and a nice face scar, Viper doesn't even last till the end of the book, and she has an uncomfortable run-in with some lava. And this, kids, is why you never play with boiling magma in a kingdom that lies directly in a path of the giant active volcano. And speaking of volcanoes, Ochre is not a volcano. I just needed a good transition because that's all this little mudwing has got going for him. Think clay, but somehow even dumber and 110% more self-centered. I even added a percentage, which is something he would never know about because, again, he's an idiot. Literally the only scenes I remember about him are when he complains about food, so when I checked the book to find the others, that was when I realized. That is literally all he does. He follows everyone else around and complains about how hard his life is. In fact, he's the exact opposite of our funny little nightwing friend, Fatespeaker. You know her, you love her. Well, actually, some of you don't. While she would normally be a fun character, the entire fandom seems to be torn whether or not she should be with Starflight. However, the joke is on the fandom because Sunny and Fatespeaker have the exact same personality, so it really doesn't matter which of them get together with a blind bookworm. At least Sunny realizes that no one takes her seriously, while Fatespeaker is stuck pretending that people actually like her. No, Flame insulting you over and over does not mean you are friends. That is not how being friends with people works. Or at least I would think so, considering I don't have any. At least she's better than Squid, I guess, but everyone's better than Squid, so it's not a fair matchup. And speaking of terrible transitions, let's talk about Squid, the little train that couldn't. When no one could find a SeaWing replacement for Tsunami, Nautilus thought, oh hey, let's put my only son into danger and make him save the world. I'm such a great father. And Squid said okay, because he likes treasure, I guess. He seems completely undaunted by the fact that the other dragonets hate his guts, until Marosier decides to test that theory, and send him into the pouring rain alone, something that could have easily been avoided had Nautilus decided to actually be a decent dragon and keep his son away from the humongous nightwing that clearly doesn't care about tiny children. And just like how Marosier tends to shut down all of doubt of his plans despite the obvious flaws in them, it's time to end this summary video. Thank you all for watching, and Ultimate out.